Yo, how's it going, everyone? We are back. It is that time once again. Been a while. How have you all been? The early Dokkan stream. We should hopefully, fingers crossed, be getting some Part 2 LR news. I think it probably is going to be tweeted out an hour from now. Because according to Rick and some of the other data mine type guys, the yellow coin LR should be coming out on Thursday, which means we should get Twitter reveal today, data download tomorrow. But we shall see. Make sure you guys refresh your petan. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna crack on with our dailies here and see what will come at 9 o'clock. What are your guys' thoughts on who the Part 2 LR is going to be? I made a video on it yesterday. No, yesterday I made the video about the previous like bad yellow coin LRs. That was fun. Shout out to everyone that gave feedback for that, making that video. But Drace, Yassine, how's it going? I'm also glad they gave us the wallpapers I missed. Yeah, having the ability to get some of those older ones is cool. Because I'd get people on the stream a lot ask me where I would get like certain wallpapers. Like if I had the Broly one, like the Goku versus Broly one equipped, like people would see it on stream. They're like, how do I get that wallpaper? It's like, well, unfortunately you can't. Whereas it was quite cool that they made a bunch of them available. Super Saiyan Goku that mirrors Cell's animations. I mean, I could see it, right? People were asking about Bye Guys Goku even way back when STR, Goku Gohan, and AGL Cell came out, so definitely could happen. Yeah, I think unless there's another one which I'd forgotten about. The shame about the Heroes one is that even as like the big Heroes fan that I am, the Heroes wallpaper is not all that. Double check it.
All right, let's do this.
Get these runs done. But yeah, it's weird because out of all the different options and all the things that it could be, I feel like the Bye Guys Goku is probably one of the less hype options. I don't know. I mean, I guess he would still go on Cell's team, and then it'd be a good rotation, especially if he's like a really good slot 1 unit, like him and Goku and Gohan. But yeah, Square Bob, how's it going? It is indeed morning for me. Just gone 8 AM. Should hopefully see a news post in just under an hour, 9 AM UK time. Yeah, 52 minutes from now. If it is being announced today, and like tweet like stuff on Twitter, it should be 52 minutes from now. I have the latest one. Yeah, the one that's the one with beat is the one that I was thinking of.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, an LR Kid Boo. Uh-oh. LR Kid Boo mentioned. That's his release pushed back by another month. But yeah, the funny thing is LR Kid Boo would actually go perfectly, because not only does he go on a bunch of other teams, so it'd be another W Glorio buff, but the fact that he's on Worldwide Chaos and Accelerated Battle, so he'd be on Cell's 220 lead, has big bad bosses, so he would fulfill that like thing of like he works well with the part 1, and then yeah, he'd be able to go on a bunch of other teams as well. So it would actually be awesome, but obviously at this point Kid Boo is like, LR Kid Boo is just a living meme and will never get a unit at this rate. Personally be disappointed if it's Kefla. I prefer her to be a Dokkan Fest exclusive LR. I'm trying to think with the Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs that we have so far. Do we actually have any that aren't like some combination of Vegeta and Goku and like Gohan? Maybe Trunks. That's the thing for me personally. Like I don't really care about like any of the Universe 6 characters. So Kefla is like a perfect yellow coin LR choice because I wouldn't be particularly hyped about a Dokkan Fest LR Kefla. Oh yeah, because that was the last Heroes one. Yeah, that one's cool. But then yeah, the OG one. It's just because I like all the what if stuff, like all the different, like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, stuff like that. Whereas like I don't really care about Beat. This kind of feels more like almost like a Xenoverse like wallpaper, I guess. But yeah, don't really care about Beat. Yeah, Girth, how's it going? Yeah, Zero links with Cell. At least an instant transmission Goku would work well with Goku and Gohan. Yeah, Bye Guys Goku just doesn't feel like a good, like, fitting choice for this, like, time slot. But I mean, obviously, you know, if that's who he is and he's really good, then that's fine. Well, that would be cool. He's on a lot of other teams as well, Goku Family, Super Saiyan, stuff like that, right? So they'll be fine. I'm just tired of Universe Survival Saga units. We got a bunch of them recently. Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, same. I never get like super hyped about anything like Tournament of Power related. The only stuff from Dragon Ball Super that I really care like that much about is the Goku Black and Zamasu stuff. MVP 17 would be good though. Yeah, Cell is significantly better when you run him on like a different team or something when there's only one of him, right? Because like post Super and everything, his defense is good. Post Revive, obviously, he has loads of damage reduction and guard. Like, On his own, he's pretty good. It's just that his leader skill's kind of and then by running his team and having 2 cells, the second cell just kind of gets left. I just don't know why they designed his passive like that. Like, both of the cells like should have just got the full buffs regardless of which one revives, and then it would have been significantly better. But
All right, let's do this.
like, it's not like he suddenly would have been the best unit in the game as well if they'd done that. It's just like they hindered the friend cell for like no reason, basically. I think they'll limit turns of future reverse exchange fusions, like fuse them also. I think it just depends. Like, the reason why they said they limited the fusions for like Vegeta and Gogeta was just because they were so ridiculously powerful. So obviously if they do a future reversible exchange fusion, they could make it so the fusion's not as insanely busted as like Vegeta and Gogeta. And then it's permanent. Because I guess that's the trade-off that we have to think about. Like, the unit is either super insano, like, you know, best unit in the game, but then you only get them for like 2 turns. Or they're not quite that powerful, but then it's a permanent thing, right? And then I guess it's down to personal preference which of those like you prefer. But yeah, Supercar Ken Goku would be good. Oh, they raised the price over there for a PS5. Okay. Not sure. I've had mine for a while now, so I don't really know. I think this is the best Think Level stage now, or most efficient, I can't remember. I think this is like the go-to one now that the Training in the Clouds one has gone. Gone but not forgotten. Got so much link leveling done on that stage. Damn, that 44,000 attack stat though, let's go. Yeah, Kieran, LR Kid Buu Part 2. Another Kid Buu mention. That's his release delayed by another month. That's the meme. Well, really the meme should be every time LR Kid Buu gets mentioned, like literally anywhere, it's the release is like delayed by like a day, because he probably gets mentioned like every day on like the Reddit or in someone's comment section or someone's stream somewhere. Be hilarious if it was a world tournament LR like TN or Jackie Chan. Yeah, as they are tournament participants. Yeah, STR Roshi is just very disappointing. Like, I didn't get him until the Kid Goku banner, and he's just like, oof. Yeah, the new season started yesterday, right? But it's only coming out 1 episode at a time, or at least over here, right? So we watched the first episode yesterday. But yeah, shout out to everyone else that is here, everyone patiently awaiting the news. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've done that. I need to... What's in my gift box that I can't pick up? Corin and Barbary medals. Because I win too many medals. YouTube Premium. I mean, really, the only thing that, like, the main thing about YouTube Premium is it lets you minimize it without it closing, which is like super useful if you use it to like listen to stuff like music or like podcasts or whatever, long videos. And obviously, the main thing is you don't get ads. That's how I got hooked in, because obviously my old job when I used to work like 12-hour night shifts, pretty much all I would do is watch hours and hours of YouTube. And after I got a free trial of premium, it's just like, yeah, I can't go back to having ads on videos. Of these. I need to do those magnificent battles. They're just annoyingly long and have no challenge whatsoever. Yeah, the ones that those like the superheroes assemble or whatever it is, yeah, just like really not very hard at all. Well, I mean, there's some awkward stuff thrown in there, I guess. Could be LR Oob from the end of Z. New Android 17 and 18. Yeah, because who's the... Let me get the stats up there, because what's the final stage? Dragon Ball Super Part 2. I mean, Jiren at the end does hit for like 4.5 million or something. Yeah, Preston, how's it going? And our Android 16. My last minute guess is probably still, I would say MVP 17, Angel Golden Freezer. I think those are my two like main guesses. Because yeah, this final stage, like the bosses do actually hit somewhat hard. I wonder how far through we could get with a Heroes team on this one. Probably not very far. Well, the first couple of phases probably.
All right, let's do this.
We'll see. Bet on the part 2, Alaj. You said Kefla, I said Kid Buu. I mean, you're taking going out on a huge limb there, picking Kid Buu. If I had to pick between the two, I think Kefla is probably more likely than Kid Buu. We'll have to see. Wow, that damage though. Yeah. 10 years of Dokkan and Kid Buu, who is the final boss of Dragon Ball Z, doesn't have an LR. Nice. Shout out to Preston Kitty for re-upping their channel membership. Lobster Squad member for 4 months. I'm sticking with my guesses. Yeah, Goku from Goku Cell Fight, Angel Goku into Standby, Super Saiyan Kaioken, or Kefla. Yeah, some form of Kefla or Super Saiyan Kefla. Yeah, like I said the other day, I think if it is going to be a Kefla, hopefully it's not a base one. But then, I mean, I did the video yesterday using the Easy A one again, and the Easy A one is probably not really going to have any sort of new lease of life or anything. No, she's very much just dodge or die in all of the difficult content. Oh, he sealed God Trunks. Well, that's awkward, because then God Trunks is going to have, like, no defense. Oh, okay, he just dodged. Remember, it's a yellow coin LR, so if we're lucky, the leader skill will be, like, 170, but, yeah, it's not going to be a 220 lead, unfortunately. And where's all the rainbow orbs? Bruh. My 3 personal choices: Super Saiyan Goku, Bojack, Cell Jr. Yeah, imagine yellow coin LR Cell Jr. I mean, I don't think it would be a hype choice, but I mean, if they were really good, then sure, why not, I guess. Yeah, hit would be quite good. Potentially. It's just annoying that, like, hit only has the single name, like, archetype, right? Okay, so I mean we're doing okay so far. Yeah, shout out to everyone who's here. We got 60 people in the stream and 10 likes on the stream. 50 people in the stream right now have not liked the stream. So do go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. How do we want to do this? I guess we don't want Vegeta alive because he's going to do big damage to God Trunks. If he gets the chance anyway. obviously Goku's fine here. Yeah, once Goku, if you get Goku next to God Trunks and he's got all those like God links active, he hits a bit harder. But that's the thing for these, like this blue zone, even though it's not as hard as like the red zones that came out during the anniversary, bosses still have a pretty decent amount of health, and there's quite a lot of phases. So yeah, they managed to get so much anticipation for what is essentially a bait banner. Yeah, by just not giving out like any information about it or anything. Currently shiny hunting Bulbasaur. Fair. Go ahead and also kind of well on this. Yeah, it is nice just to have one leader's like one category, and it's like you just know all the units on that category can just go on that team and they get the full leader skill. Rather than have to worry about like who gets the 170, who gets the 220, like that kind of thing. Do we have no limits? We Saiyans have no limits, this is true. I feel like people are going to be mad if it doesn't connect to Cell. Remember, it's technically a separate celebration despite us calling it a part 2. The LR could be anything. Yeah, because I can't remember how JP normally does it. I think on Global it was always referred to as like part 2 when they like mashed the two things together. But yeah, unless the celebration like literally says part 2 in the thing, then it isn't. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, Super Kaioken Goku with outstanding animations. That would be awesome. Tag Cell Jr. Tags into a different trail, all three using different Z Fighter super attacks. That would be pretty cool, actually. And they should give that joke like Cyberman card on Awakening. For the people that do actually have it. Just release an event where it's farmable and then give them an Awakening. It's funny how some people get mad about stuff like that when it's like, you know, if it was a card that was only obtainable like 5 years ago and then suddenly they make it like available again. And then people get mad that it's like, oh, but I wanted to hoard the fact that only I have this card. Like, that'd be cool if they made that Cyberman group card like available and gave them an Awakening. And, you know, they were at least somewhat decent as well, would be helpful. But yeah, I think Bye Guys Goku's definitely like an option on the board. I don't know if it's I definitely wouldn't say it's one of the more likely options in my opinion, but it's definitely a possibility. Typical. They survive with like the tiniest sliver of health, and then of course they super attack in slot 1. Oh god. How many status effects do these guys want to have? Oh good, I can't get like any orbs for Goku, so... Yikes. Well, that didn't really help either, did it? You have to rely on Supreme Cloud Time, or AOS even. Oof. You're supposed to dodge those. It's the AO cell. What a surprise. 3-month free trial. Yeah, exactly. Can't go back to ads. But yeah, the announcement should be in 27 minutes from now. I've got the Dokkan page up ready. Would we change up the team at all, though? I mean, Supreme Cloud Time's not a unit that we want to put, like, in slot 1. If we get you on turn 1, we might have enough time for him to actually build up to be, like, useful. So let's try out Goku. But yeah, 25 minutes until we should see the Part 2 reveal. 75 people in the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. The more likes we have on the stream, then fingers crossed, the better the Part 2 LR will be. What do you think is the hardest stage in the game right now, not including festival battles? I mean, it's probably the formidable foes with Cell Max at the end, or the Universe Survival Saga, like Duran stages. Either or. But yeah, like the battle formidable foes against Cell Max, not only do the enemies all hit super hard straight away from like turn 1, but then Cell Max phase 2 can just instantly AoE super you in slot 1 and does like insane damage. It's kind of ridiculous. Like certain teams just straight up cannot beat that event, like unless you're spamming items. Like, yeah, so God Trunks can actually do some like somewhat decent damage if he actually gets his attacks off. I was gonna say he's only going to be tanking supers in like a phase 1 or something though. Still haven't finished all the missions on Battle Hardened, yeah. Yeah, some of the stages are tough as it is. Although I don't think any of the missions say like no items, do they? So that's like the easiest way to do those missions, because you can bring 4 items into the formidable foes thing. Alright, well we have to get Xeno Goku to attack. Can't leave him like getting no stacks. Do that, I guess. Nice. Yeah, like I'm kind of the same, right? Because I try and no item stuff all the time. Sometimes I literally just forget about using them. And if I jump into a difficult event and then I'm like, oh, I should probably use an item here, and then I realise I don't actually have any set. It's like, oh, that's annoying. Or like when I do showcases of units and we go into stages where there's rotation locking and then I forget to bring Senzu beans. It's like, oh, man. Okay. Yeah, dodge the normal, eat the super, of course. She's 400k. That's like the biggest obstacle that the heroes team has in this like difficult content, is the fact that Goku's like one of the better tanks on the team, and he's already at this point taking like 400k from a super, like before he attacks. Like, how the heck are we supposed to survive? Like, if anyone slot 1 supers in any point, like in stages past this, we potentially can just get one shot from full health. Damn, bro did 1 super. Now, if we can get a lot of rainbow orbs with Mekikabra on the next turn, we can basically get like a full heal. Okay, well that's not helpful to me. Because yeah, it's literally impossible for me to get 7 orbs for Goku. Okay, it might be okay. You sort of hope Trunks is the leader. Yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, if when I do the challenge runs and stuff, if I want to do, like, you know, I beat this event with the heroes team, like, all of the characters have to be heroes characters. Because, yeah, Trunks can definitely work as a lead. I keep getting screwed over for key. I don't really remember like any of the PAIKUHAN and Goku fight. What? Shrimp fried rice. What? This is the blue zone that came out during the anniversary, the gathering of the Super Warriors. This is the final stage. Dragon Ball Super Part 2. Hopefully they don't do the slot 1 super thing again. Oh, of course they did. But Goku dodged, let's go. Yeah, 16 minutes until the hour, which is when we should see details. Gosh, I need to message. This is where we got to last time. How many phases are actually after this? Oh god, there's still like 3 after this. None of these guys can be attack lowered, can they? No. So Meki Kagura's not really going to be able to do much utility-wise here. Wrong place. Part 2 Alara is a Saiyan Saga character. Well, let's get multiple slot 1 supered. I mean, what? That's the problem, like, that's why the Heroes team has aged out now. I mean, the Heroes team kind of always ages out against, has always aged out so quickly against, like, the difficult content, is because the team basically never ends up having a really good slot 1 tank. Because like Goku is, in terms of like the current version of the Heroes team, like Goku is pretty much like the best slot 1 tank on the Heroes team, but he can't slot 1 tank super attacks, which, you know, in the current like level of difficult content, you can't really be a slot 1 tank if you can't tank supers. So Festival of Battles Heroes Edition. We did try that. We got up to stage like 10, I think. The problem with the Heroes, obviously the Heroes team would never be able to do the Festival of Battles, but funnily enough, more so than the fact that they would just die later on, which obviously they would, you end up failing like earlier on than you might expect just because of the turn counter and just not actually being able to kill the boss. Yeah, we've got 12 minutes, potentially. Or 11 minutes now. I think this LR will be PAIKUHAN. People are talking about Beast Gohan not being good enough to tank anymore, so Goku never stood a chance. True. I think this will definitely be a top 10 yellow coin LR. I mean, I guess the thing is, right, they need to, in terms of like what would be smart to do, is if the LR is really good, then obviously people are going to be more likely to actually summon for it. I didn't remember to refresh my petan like at all yesterday. I just left it like a bunch of the fights finished without actually selecting them. But it's alright, I set them all up this morning, so I've got at least an hour to go before any of them finish. LR Jiren, I don't think we would see another LR Jiren, because we got like the AGL Carnival LR Jiren as one of the last like releases. 18 out of 37. So let's get those last minute predictions in the chat. We've got 10 minutes until we should see the details getting tweeted. So Thunder Flash PAIKUHAN removes the armor and hat. Could be. Yeah, releases a busted LR Raditz who doesn't fit anywhere. I've genuinely never played Petan. I mean, you get some decent like rewards out of it and some free stones, so considering you basically just set up the fights and then leave it. It's the only mode in the game that actually does anything when the game's already like turned off as well. So obviously you can like just close the game out and the fights will still continue. And you just come back to it later, collect the rewards, and then like reset the fights. LR Hercule Way fights 18 in the Buu Saga. Also stone counts. Yeah, what's your part 2 stone count? It'd be really funny and annoying if there was nothing. Well, yeah, because the working theory from like Brick and some of the other data mine stuff, like guys, is that the LR should come out on Thursday. So at the very latest, like the details would have to be tomorrow, but with the way they normally do it, the details are 2 days before, because it should be Twitter details today, data download tomorrow, unit comes out on Thursday. But who knows? Didn't give us an LR Janemba. I don't know. I mean, we just got Tech Janemba's Easy A. The physical LR Janemba is a few years old at this point. I mean, it's definitely not impossible. Final predictions and reasoning. SSJ Goku to match Cell. Bojack as a villain and somehow as a tournament participant. MVP 17 because of Cell and Banner Unit 18. Yeah, I think those all make sense, right? Like MVP 17, even though he's a TOP character, obviously still is on like Cell's full leader skill. But yeah, physical Janemba LR is still very, very good as well, which is obviously helpful. LR Gohan exchange Goku. Goku gets 90% dodge plus a revive. I mean, yeah, Bye Guy's Goku is definitely a contender. From B-Pan. So had an LR Kid Buu that leads to big bad bosses. Yo, Nemu, how's it going? LR Kid Buu is just like the forever dream of Dokkan. Maybe one day he will get to exist. Could you imagine though if the meme, like, is it truly, the meme truly ends today? On the part 2, LR is a yellow coin LR Kid Buu.
Alright, let's do this.
Because that's the thing, like, LR Kid Buu, if he was ever going to release, like, now it does at least somewhat make sense because he is on Cell's full leader skill. He's a big bad boss's character. Yeah, that'll be the worst thing, is we actually do finally get an LR Kid Buu and he sucks. Which is absolutely something that could happen. The April LR is always mid, except LR Kale and Khalifa. I mean, that's the thing, like I said yesterday in that video, like, even though he didn't help out Kale, and he didn't really have a team, like, at the time, I thought LR Super Buu got a bit overhated. Yeah, 3 minutes. But yeah, that would actually be horrendous if we finally get LR Kid Buu and he sucks. But yeah, we've got 100 people in the stream, 23 likes on the stream. There's 77 people in the stream right now that have not liked the stream. Let's see if we can get to at least 50 likes. We've got 3 minutes before the Part 2 LR is released. The amount of hype on LR Kid Buu, so much pressure. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like even if he was good but not like super crazy, people would then just be disappointed, right? Because we waited so long to finally get one. Like, LR Kid Buu, when he eventually comes out, would have to be like the best unit in the game, otherwise people are gonna be disappointed, right?
Alright, let's do this.
LR Nightbot. LR Bacterian, good lord. Hopefully he wouldn't have some crazy passive restrictions. In a way, that would be almost more funny, is that LR Kid Buu does get released, and like technically he's the best unit in the game, but he has some like insane restrictions. Like he has to be on rotation with a specific like the whole rotation has to be transformation boost worldwide chaos characters or something, which, I mean, to be fair, even then is not really that difficult because all of the boos are on those categories. Like if he had category restrictions, they probably wouldn't even be that bad because he's got a lot of categories and all of his best link partners are on those categories. So I mean, I don't want to jinx, I don't want to challenge Dokkan. I'm sure they could give him restrictions that were actually terrible, but LR Trio to Danger. I've seen a couple of people mention that. Alright, let's see. It is PAIKUHAN. And it actually is a costume change PAIKUHAN. What the heck? Yeah, this is the tweet. The first tweet. Unpredictable, powerful technique. So that's all they've posted so far. Wow, of all the people that actually predicted, like, it being costume change PAIKUHAN. Now we just gotta wait for them to actually tweet the, like, some actual details. Okay, yep, there's the details. 1 of 3. Oh yeah, because he has a costume change. So I'm gonna have to open like multiple pages here. He's super physical. Other World Warriors and Saviors. Oh snap! He has a 200% leader skill. Wait, is he a Carnival LR? Yeah, I've just got to wait. I've got to wait for them to post all the pages so I can open them up. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. Alright, so we've got 2 of 3. This is 1 of 3. So they've got to post 3 of 3 and they've got to post the animations as well. Oh wait, yeah, Carnivals are 220 now, aren't they? Yeah, damn. So yellow coin LRs are now 200%. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because it would be kind of silly for them to not be. Because, yeah, like, now that we're in the 220 meta, yellow coin LRs being, like, 200% leads is just not good enough, like, anymore. 150. So we were talking about on the podcast with, like, Minato that maybe they would go up to, like, 170 at the highest. And then he was saying, like, he didn't think they would even go up from 150. So... Alright, I just need them to post the animations post now, and then we're good to go. Okay. All right. Where are we looking? So Twitter. Right, I need to get the chat up on the screen so I can still read it. On my phone while we do the breakdown details. Common Minato L. Alright, so here we go. Let's get these recorded. Hey guys, Marstingan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we've been patiently waiting for the last few days now, and we finally have the information on the Part 2 LR for this celebration. It's interesting that a couple of people seem to call this. We are getting an LR PAIKUHAN. I like that they're doing these now, even though it kind of delays the information tweets coming out for like a minute or two, because they make this post first instead of just the post dropping with the character details. But these little like trailer images, so it's like we'll reveal the stats and animations of the new character, and you can see some like screenshots, right? So we've obviously got the costume change with the removing the weighted clothing, which is something that I had seen some people predict. So yeah, unpredictable, powerful technique PAIKUHAN. So let's go ahead and take a look at his details. So before seriousness, I guess that's what his like active skill or like costume change thing is called or whatever, but that's quite funny. This is before seriousness. So he is a super physical unit. Now the interesting thing is he is a yellow coin LR, of course, right? Because carnival LRs are now in this new meta 220 leads. He has a 200% lead for two categories, Otherworld Warriors or Saviors. Otherworld Warriors is obviously a category that's still a bit hit or miss, although it does have the 10th anniversary fusions on it. And then Saviors has some interesting characters. Like this leader skill is actually not that bad, considering it's full 200% to both categories. So that's pretty interesting. So we look at his basic effects. He gets 3 ki and 250% attack and defense. He has a high chance to dodge. Randomly changes ki spheres of a certain type, physical excluded to rainbow. So he creates rainbow orbs, but doesn't get rid of physical. When there is another Otherworld Warriors or tournament participants ally attacking in the same turn, he gives all allies 3 ki and 40% attack and defense. If he is the second attacker in the turn, he gives Otherworld Warriors or tournament participant allies 10% damage reduction for 2 turns. Oh, damn. So, yeah, if you're running him in slot 2, then that turn that he's on and the next turn, tournament participant or Otherworld Warriors get 10% damage reduction. That's really good. And then as the second or third attacker, he guards all attacks, has a high chance to crit, launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super, and has an extra 20% chance to dodge. And then when you get the 18 ki or more, he gets an extra 150% attack and defense when attacking. So he seems really good then, straight away, just in the base form, because slot 2, he's going to have guard, 70% chance to dodge. After he attacks, he gets the extra 150% as long as you've got 18 ki, which shouldn't be too difficult, because he's providing support, like even to himself, right, with the 3 ki. He creates rainbow orbs, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get 18 ki with him. So then he has guard, 70% chance to dodge, 50% chance to crit, and then, yeah, 50% chance that he does an additional super attack. So that seems really good. And then his active skill, Seriousness, can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. Active skill effect gets serious. So he's on Otherworld Warriors, Saviors, Worthy Rivals, Battle of Wits, Storied Figures, Tournament Participants. He's got Cold Judgment. His links are a bit weird, but obviously he's got Shocking Speed. Experience fires Cold Judgment. So that's not bad. And then his super attacks, the 12 key Burning Shoot, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Colossal damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. So obviously if he gets that additional super from his passive, he greatly raises defense again, which obviously is very, very good. And then we've got the 18 key super is greatly raise attack and massively raise defense for 1 turn. Mega colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lowers defense. So bear in mind, on his 18 key super, he's going to massively raise defense, which is 100%. But also from his passive, it's getting 150% buff. That's crazy. Yeah, the damage reduction is only for 2 turns when he's in slot 2. So if he's in slot 2, let's say he's on turn 1, he's in slot 2. He gives all the allies and himself 10% damage reduction on that turn and the next turn. Then when he comes back again on turn 3, you put him in slot 2 and it activates again. So if he's in slot 2 and you keep him on that main rotation, all the tournament participants or other World Warriors allies have 10% damage reduction for the whole of the rest of the fight, as long as he stays in slot 2 on that, like, rotation. So that's really, really good. And then, yeah, this is his seriousness art. So what are the differences here? So it is like a full transformation, right? So his leader skill's the same. Then when he transforms, key 5 and attack and defense 300%. Is it 1 time? Let me double check. Did it have the 1 time image? Oh, it is. It's not infinite. Okay. So yeah, it does. Well, yeah. So it does only activate once. That's disappointing. Still good, but yeah, it's only for the first 2 turns. Good for formidable foes, I guess, but... Alright, so yeah, key 5 and 300% attack and defense. That's a lot. Guards all attacks guaranteed. Great chance to dodge. Great chance to crit. Gets an additional 2 key per rainbow key sphere obtained and still creates rainbow orbs. Before receiving an attack within the turn, 3 key chance of evading enemies attack 10%. Jeez, he's got 80% chance to dodge before he takes his first hit. When attacking, he gets an extra 50% attack and defense. Attacking with 12 or more key, another 70%. Attacking with 18 or more, another 100%. And then when attacking with 24 key, he gets 150% extra attack. Attacks guaranteed to hit. And then for every rainbow key sphere obtained, attack 30% and chance to crit plus 10%. And he already has a great chance to crit. So if he picks up 3 rainbow orbs, he has guaranteed crit. He actually seems ridiculous. Like, 3 rainbow orbs. You're gonna get the 24 key super easy because he gets extra key. He starts off with 5 key and then gets 3 key before he gets hit. And then at 24 key, attack's guaranteed to hit. You're getting, how much attack is that altogether? Like 220% attack and defense if you get 18 key. His dodge can be 80% before he receives an attack. Jeez. With guard, potentially guaranteed crits. Like, yeah, he seems actually ridiculous. Obviously his links and everything don't change. And then I think his super attacks, yeah, so his super attack effects are slightly different as well. So the 12 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, colossal damage greatly lowers defense, and then the 18 key becomes massively raised for both attack and defense. Good lord. So yeah, he seems like really, really good. Like for a yellow coin LR, he's crazy. Obviously once he transforms into the like serious mode, then obviously he'll be able to link with other PAIKUHANs, but you can't do that until turn 4. Which I suppose if he's on the first turn, and then you get like AGL PAIKUHAN on the team, and then you just like float off the AGL PAIKUHAN, he's going to come back on turn 4. This guy transforms, and then they can link. This guy can go slot 1. We'll be getting all of those links and extra support and stuff from the AGL PAIKUHAN. Like, the rotation of this guy when he's transformed and then AGL PAIKUHAN is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, he seems really, really good. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the animations here, because those have been posted. I'll sort of pause the OST thing here quickly. I don't know how loud these are going to be, so...
Now that I know how strong you are, we're just getting started.
So restart again. Okay, so like there's some interesting like frames and stuff in there, but I don't think the animations are particularly great. Like they're not, like the tornado thing doesn't look that good. I don't know, like the animations are not particularly great in my opinion. Some of the stuff's cool, like the active skill's fine. This like one, I don't know, looks like super janky. I guess because the enemy sprite doesn't help, right? Especially with it being so big. This is cool though, like the flaming PAIKUHAN kick. But to be fair, this is cool, like the 18 key. That's the best animation, like by far, which is fair because I mean it's the 18 key super for the LR, but yeah, there you go. So LR PAIKUHAN, Yellow Coin LR PAIKUHAN coming to Dokkan. This should be out on Thursday. It'll be Thursday morning for me, late Wednesday evening if you're in the US. As a yellow coin, like legendary summon, it will have the pity thing as well. I will do a video going over all that in more detail. Obviously, you guys know I always do like a summon or skip video when a new thing is coming out. So I will go ahead and do that for PAIKUHAN. But yeah, I mean, he looks really good. It's one of those rare occasions where, you know, a lot of the time we get a yellow coin LR and it's just straight away, you know, oh yeah, easy skip. We don't want this guy. But this guy definitely seems worth summoning for in general. But obviously the big thing to think about is the fact that like Golden Week is going to be in like just under 2 weeks. And if you think back to last year with like Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Int Fat Boo, the Golden Week characters were like the best units in the, like the best TURs in the game when they released. So this guy's really, really good, but he's kind of limited, just like the AGL PAIKUHAN, right? When we talked about his EZA, he's limited to the teams that he's on. The teams that he's on, he's going to be super good, but yeah, I don't know. I would say we'll go over it in the summon or skip video, but he does seem really good. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, so there we go. PAIKUHAN is the Part 2 LR with the costume change, which is, it's kind of crazy, like how many people actually I did see predicting that that was going to be the Part 2 LR with the costume change and everything, which is kind of crazy. Because like, obviously we knew it wasn't necessary. Like I would never have said it was impossible, because with Dokkan we can't really ever say anything's impossible, but it's definitely not one of the ones I expected us to get, right? When some people mentioned it, it was like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea, but like, is it something we will actually see? But yeah, I mean, he seems really good. Costume change. Can they link? I don't know. I thought they could. Well, actually, no. It isn't technically a costume change. It is an active skill transformation. So, even though technically he does change his costume, but it's an actual transformation. Because his, if you look at his character thing again, because like the art changes and every. Well, I mean, I know the art changes for a costume thing, but it's a completely different art. But yeah, it is an actual transformation, so he will link. Okay, so let's do this. So he has a 200% lead. The fact that he's got a 200% lead is really good. Because, yeah, that's very interesting for, like... I need to get the detail things up here. That's really interesting going forward for, like, yellow coin LRs. The fact that they're just going to have 200% leads now. Because that was one of people's biggest, like, complaints about yellow coin LRs, was that their leader skills always kind of sucked. And now that we're in, like, the 220 meta, 200% leads are still perfectly viable. Just getting this posted now, and then I want to make a tweet for the usual thing that I do now when new units come out about the like community response, like do you think the unit is good enough kind of thing. It's like Trunks seeing the hands in a weird motion. Yeah, like I think it's one of those things as well. I think someone did say it in the chat, like if he has when it's on like 2 times speed, it'll probably look better. What am I doing? Right. I do. That is so funny though. The active skill. It's like active skill effect gets serious. It's like, okay. Oh, they've actually got the like thunder flash like thing as a GIF. Although the quality is absolutely terrible. So what do you guys think of LR PAIKUHAN? Is he good enough? Will you summon or make a community response video? Okay, so there's the link to the tweet in the chat if you guys want to go ahead and let me know your thoughts on the PAIKUHAN and make it into the community response video. But yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be the end of the stream. I've got some stuff to do for today, but we'll make the community response video later. The summon or skip video will probably be up tomorrow because obviously that's Wednesday for me and he's out Thursday. So yeah, that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Let me know all your thoughts about PAIKUHAN over on the tweet. I'll be live on the second channel again tonight for some more Resident Evil 3. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. I appreciate you guys coming out. I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.